You know when you're walking down the street and you see a dude and it's muscular and you think to yourself that that guy looks pretty good. He's nice and jacked, he takes care of himself. The stupid question is wondering how he got that way. Because everybody kinda knows. You kind of know that he probably goes to the gym. In fact, he definitely goes to the gym. That guy shows up to the gym regularly and has probably been doing that for a long time. And he looks that way. What doesn't matter is how he got to the gym. What doesn't matter is his reasons for going to the gym. Maybe he's super angry at some ex, he's like revenge lifting. Or maybe he has a very healthy outlook on life. He loves himself so much that he tucks himself in at night and thinks about how lovely it is to go to the gym. And he just can't wait to go there. Or maybe it takes him all day to summon up the motivation to go to the gym and he finally guilts himself out of self-loathing to walk in the door. But ultimately, none of that matters. It doesn't matter of how much or how little mental resistance was in the way for him to go to the gym, because all we see is the result of him making a binary decision to end up going to the gym, more often than not, over a long period of time. Almost everything in life is like this. More often than not, life is exactly as simple as we need it to be. And it's us that bring the complication into life. We completely overcomplicate things. We like to paint this very emotional picture. We like to have strange incentive structures, maybe some guilt, maybe some excitement, maybe some motivation. We add some weird things to things that probably don't need to be so weird. If we want certain outcomes in life, it will almost certainly come down to either doing it or not doing things that we already know need doing or not doing. And anytime this becomes clouded, it's almost always because we clouded it. The things aren't clouded. So here's kind of a weird example. I have two friends in university, and they're always writing essays, always writing papers, and I sometimes help them out with it. Friends number one generally has very little roadblocks in the way of just writing paper. 99% of paper you have to write at school aren't actual papers, they're kind of just like reflections and sort of polished train of thoughts. It's like, what do you think about this article? Well, friends number one just writes it. It's probably pretty good, and he gets decent grades, right? But friends number two will procrastinate and really try to think about the best possible way to write this. Whether it's good enough, or maybe do I sound stupid, or maybe it sounds like I haven't even done the readings, sometimes like that. And it's so emotionally and psychologically taxing for him to do these reflections. It's almost hilarious to watch. But unsurprisingly, he always ends up doing it. They both always end up doing it. And the funny thing is, they get pretty similar grades, right? It's kind of a wash. And that really got me thinking. It's like, friends number two, just do it. You're not going to think your way into becoming all of a sudden like 600% better writer. Right? So here's another example. If you are a single male and you lie awake at night wondering why you're not married with children yet, and you're also somebody who doesn't ask girls out ever, you don't go on dates, you don't do any of that stuff, then you might as well not bother feeling bad about yourself, because you already know what the solution to your problem is. If you want to find a wife, you probably have to ask a girl out. So the next girl that you come across that you want to ask out, just know that you can either ask her out or not ask her out. And if you choose not to, her life will go on and your life will go on. and everything will probably work out okay, but you're not going to be married. So if you want that outcome, you have to behave a certain way. You have to ask girls out if you want to eventually get married. If you just almost look at things like a robot, it might help you. We might need a little bit of robot energy in our lives, where we kind of just take the over complications of the human psyche out of it and just perform optimally when it comes to tasks and just getting things done. Well, you don't need emotion, right? You can bring emotion into things that actually require it, like art or relationships. Wait, but I just said you gotta not think about asking a girl out, so maybe not relationships. Maybe asking her out is like not a big deal, and you should just do it. And then on the date, bring your personality with you. Hopefully you understand the point I'm trying to make, and I'm not just sounding like a complete idiot in front of you. Yeah, okay. So how do we apply all of this? Well, I think the bottom line is we all have to just slow ourselves down, right? We have to take a deep breath and just think about the few most important things that we need to do. Think about them as objectively as possible. Like, call them by name. Maybe it's something like, do my assignments, right? Or submit my applications, license or something. You know, for instance, like clean my toilet or do my dishes. Whether those things are, just try to look at them as if they're attacks, right? And then pick one and do it unthinkingly, right? Just perform the action. It's like in video games, maybe you have those objective, like you look at them in the text, alright, so this is what you need to do, and just do it, right, without thinking or something. And on your own time, when you're soaking in the bathtub, maybe when you're taking a bath in the shower, or pampering yourself, or watching Succession, you can think of yourself, what's my life all about? Where do I want to be in life? What are my hopes and dreams? You can think of it, and you can think about bigger picture stuff, but at the end of the day, to get there, you just need to do unemotional things that are either done or not done. So you just kind of have to do them, right? Not a big deal. Just do them. Well, I think the bottom line is we all have to just slow ourselves down. We have to take a deep breath and just think about the few most important things that we have to do. Think about them as objectively as possible. Like, call them by name. Maybe it's something like do my assignments or submit my firearms applications license. Or for instance, clean my toilet. Whatever those things are, just try to look at them if they are attacks, right? Like in video games, or like in video games or something. And then just pick one and do unthinkingly, right? Just perform the action. And on your own time, when you're playing, soaking in the bathtub, or pampering yourself, or watching Succession, you can think to yourself, what's my life all about? Where do I want to be in life? What are my hopes and dreams? You can think about bigger picture stuff, but at the end of the day, to get there, you just need to do certain unemotional things to are either done or not done. So you kind of have to do them, right? Just not a big deal. Just do them.